you are going to get the most important perspective to look at this XRP bull run. Will we continue higher? If so, what should we expect, or what should you and I follow to get maximum return? What should we look at? What are we looking at in the near future as price targets? Most of these questions and other information to reinforce your trading, your investing in crypto will be explained here in the coming few minutes. As BTC dominance falls, altcoin will have room to run, and being in the right asset at the right time gives you an advantage over many others. If you look at this, Ethereum is moving high along with XRP when it is pumping. So that is one of the main reasons why the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside. So this gives you a highlight. See, if Ethereum is reaching around 600 and XRP touched 0.5, then while Ethereum reaches 700 to 800, expect XRP to pump again to reach 0.7 to 0.8 range. And that is what we take back from the history. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If you remember this tweet, you will remember that the way to reach is a long way. But do remember, in this road towards that destination, you're going to have a lot of bumps, a lot of issues. But it's not about the road, it's about the destination, your end goal. But this is highlighting 2020, it should reach 4 digits, and I personally believe it's too hard to reach there, but completing a market cycle in a month is going to be really difficult. But I'll give you one thing. If you look at this bull run and all the indicators flashing right now in technicals and fundamentals, you're going to get an epic bull run. I completely agree with John Wick here. This bull run could be epic. And I'll explain why I personally believe so using technical indicators as we move forward. Now, there are some technical indicators which I would like to highlight, which will give you that insight. Now, all of these are being shared in Patreon with additional information for all the different assets which they trade. Because if you look at different assets, you should be on the right one. Opportunities are popping up everywhere, and that's how a bull market works. If you look clearly, you can see one asset is pumping way higher than the other, and especially you can see XRP regained its third position there, and it's still continuing that bull run. So when you look at the top 10, top 20, top 30, top 50 assets, there can be a lot of opportunity which you can easily identify. Just look at the project, what they are targeting, then go to their technical analysis side, which is the language of technical analysis. Look at the price fluctuation and see where in the market cycle it is. And that's how we identify that in our Patreon. And a lot of guys are really happy about other assets. I'm not talking about just the XRP, because majority are trading other assets to maximize their capital and buy more XRP. So if you would like to do that, you can check out at the Patreon link, which is given in the description below. Now, let's get deep into the matter. This one is a monthly chart of XRP, just to show you guys just 3 months here. Okay, so the first one, this one, was kind of 274%, and the following month it was 150%, and then 360%. And currently, if you look at this monthly candle, the November, it's 96%. So yet we haven't maxed out on a monthly perspective. If you even take out the average, you should be looking at around 220 to 30%. So yes, we do have a lot of room to run to the upside, and that's why I told looking at 0.7, 0.8 is not a bad idea right now, because majority are having the hype because of the bull run, and that is not a bad thing to have right now. But there are guys who say XRP is going to $0.05. XRP is going down. Now it's completely up to them which side they want to ride this race in this bull run, because as I showed you, the market cycle is turned. We got something huge after 70 weeks, and that is something really which you should note, because if you look closer at the price to see what is happening, even during this you kind of get a little bit of bearishness in 1 hour, then you kind of jump back into say 4 hour, 12 hour to look where in the market cycle we are, why that short term bearishness is popping up in 1 hour and all. Then you kind of understand like, okay, we reached this resistance. So think we had this one as a resistance level 0.3 to 0.32, which was acting as a resistance from say last 1 year, and the price just said bye-bye to that level. It just crossed it and then directly hit 0.5. Now, keeping that in eye, if price is consolidating a little bit, that's not a bad deal, because there would be a lot of guys who bought back in here with leverage positions and they would be taking their profits. But at the same time, the news of XRP nearly doubling this month will bring more and more investors to this side. So say one guy's selling, meaning he's taking profit, the other will be automatically buying. So that won't be creating much of a back test. So I won't personally think that the price is going to come back, reach around 0.3, retest it and go back. Instead, if at all there is going to be a huge correction, I believe it should be reaching around 0.41 to 0.42, or at least a maximum of wick down to 0.4. That's what I personally look at. Now, at the same time, when XRP is going up, Ethereum is pumping up, BTC dominance is going down. Now look at here, around 62%. If it is holding there and bouncing to the upside, alts may kind of slow down. But instead, if that is going to the downside, that's a good sign. Because if you look at the indicators, the RSI is breaking to the downside. MACD has crossed to the downside and retested. If you look here, it crossed to the downside, it went back, retested that, and it's going to the downside. But if you look here on the moving average, it kind of gives you an idea that it is showing you an upward trend. But usually when you get this kind of cross, what happens is immediately afterwards the price come back and retest this level. If you look here, it crossed to the downside, the price was going to the downside, but it came back, retested that range, and then came back below. So that is still a possibility to look at. Now, this is a shorter time frame chart which I put out in Patreon, saying there can be a possible upside if we break and confirm that, but don't fall for the fake out. And then this one happened. This candle just popped up, went through that, but it just faked out. If you look here, was a fake out, it came back below that. So even right now, if you look at the price, it's still fighting that area. So I'm telling you guys, if we manage to break through these levels, we're going to see another bull run in the coming week, or this week itself, reaching around $0.7 to $0.8. And that's not a small target, because if you look at Bitcoin, this was the accumulation range there, and this was the long reaccumulation zone and popping to the upside. Now look at XRP. This lower box highlighted in the green is the accumulation zone, and we just entered into the reaccumulation zone. And on the weekly, you can see that the RSI went into the overbought area with MACD and other indicators posting that we are in a bull run. So looking at that, at the same time, this is a weekly chart zooming out and looking everything into perspective, you get this. So in this one, what am I highlighting? If you look at that, RSI has came into the overbought area, and if you look back at the history, you can see here after this one, RSI took like 800 days to reach another overbought area, and it was epic bull run. Then here, if you look, this was the last time when RSI reached that highs, and it is already 1050 days after which we are reaching there. So you can make your own decision, because at the same time, if you look at the pattern, we were traveling in this downward channel. Now we broke out, we came back, retested that, and we are bouncing to the upside. In the meantime, we had this support trend line currently being valid. And if you go back at the price, you can put it, say, 12-hour chart, 4-hour chart, it's up to you. You can even put a daily chart so that, it kind of reduce the noise from that. And then plot that one. So the idea which you'll get if you only use this line is like, okay, so the chances are the price may come back, retest this area. So it's 0.28. But what I would like to highlight you guys is, at the same time, plot this here and say, will that happen? At least for me, it doesn't actually look so, because if the price is to retest this support, resistance, and it broke here, so for me, it can come back and retest this area, which is, as I said, 0.41, 0.42, or even weak fake out, making more sell and then keeping them struggling there and going to the upside, kicking them out. So that is a possibility there. Now, if the price was here, the resistance, yes, the chances are it would have continued back here. Remember this, even now, if you are looking at the price, this channel, it is bullish, but we broke to the upside. That means it's hugely bullish. It's not just bullish, it's hugely bullish. So that's the reason why I'm highlighting you guys this thing. Now here, if you look at the volume, it's popping, right? Now, why am I highlighting that? Jump back into 2014, 2017 cycle and see when the first candle was coming to the upside, giving you a huge icon that we are going to the upside. You see this as the volume, right? Now that volume looks really huge compared to what we had previously. Now, what just happened after that? This was the first candle which I showed you here, which was like the huge mountain standing there. But after a week, you can see, after some time, you can actually see that it is a weekly candle. So say 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you got another one popping up. But in between, you had other volume candles which were even higher than this, and the price was going madly high. Right? Now, keep that there, digest it well, because at the same time, you are getting a downward trend in the RSI and a MACD cross to the downside showing negative trend. Then you consolidate it for some time because it's already given you that idea that we are going to go to the downside. Wait for some time. And then after 6 to 7 months, it again popped. So this time the volume came here. Now consider, this was the first volume which we talked about. It's not even visible here. Then the second one, which was the huge candle at that time, the volume bars. Now it's tiny here. So if you look at all of this case and come back here and look at this, this is going to be teeny tiny volume as we move further. And what does that actually mean? It means huge flow of money is coming into this market, and we are going to pop through a lot of resistance suddenly. So don't say, if you are even watching something like this in the near future, that was a surprise. Don't say that, because with respect to what we are seeing in the technical indicators, say this was the all-time highs, and you have the starting volume here way above that all-time high. It's kind of double, right? So you can expect way higher price fluctuation compared to last market cycle. So if you go back here, say after 1 or 2 months and look at the return rate, it should be comparatively similar to that of Ethereum or way higher than that. Right now, it's kind of, 1/3 of what Ethereum was offering in this year. But all of that just happened in last 30 days. The pump came 82% in 30 days and it's still 99%. So XRP needed just 1 week to change the 1 year history. Early November, I showed you this tweet from Timothy. He's a macro guy and he was highlighting in 2021 Ripple is going to perform way higher, way better, and it should be outperforming Bitcoin. Now, then you look at this and say, okay, this kind of looks the same. If BTC is reaching 183,000, Ethereum is reaching 17,000. Yeah, why can't XRP reach that area? But again, if you put something in terms of both time and price, it's really going to be difficult so that it's going to happen. I mean, the grammatical syntax I created, that sentence may be wrong, but I intended to say that, like, if you're looking at time and price and combining both, it's really going to be hard that it's going to happen. if you are looking at price based on all the different fundamental factors connecting everything together, it can come true, but the time taken for that is going to be different. And at the same time, you can look at the price in terms of time series. You can use different time indicators and then say, okay, by this time it's going to start a bull run, but I don't know where it will actually go in the price fluctuation. As we are concentrating more on the price, I would be looking at price instead of just the volume, just the time, right? Because we already waited for three huge years and now we started a bull run. It doesn't actually matter how much long you waited. It actually matters how hard you are, how strong your base is. Because say if it's popping to 0.7, 0.8, you're happy, you're taking your profits, going home. Yeah, happy is happy. Having profit is not a bad thing, but was that the actual thing why you came into this asset? If not, you have to hold still. Now, yes, I've seen a lot of tweets defining that the bull run, epic bull run is started. Yeah, I agree with the same. But stating to sell your family, sell whatever you have to buy this, I personally feel that it's nonsense. Brother, why are you making brothers and sisters? Why are you making this profit? It's for your family, right? And if you don't have one, now that's, rarely anyway you're going to have a family. So if you already have one, why would you actually sacrifice that to accumulate more of this asset? Now, it can be a joke, but personally, I felt like, no. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. If I would like to accumulate more, I would sacrifice, many things which I can if I'm using any luxury product. If I'm using anything which is not necessary right now, I can leave all of those and accumulate this asset, which I was doing for last 3 years. I wasn't even looking at anything which I used to buy back before that. Instead, yeah, I never compromised for my family, but here for me, I can compromise for myself and accumulate this, which will turn bright in the future for me and my family and those who love me, right? So in that aspect, when you're popping up, when you're getting that huge amount of profit, do remember these words. It's not just about money. Yes, money is an important factor. You can't have a standard life. You can't have a standard life in this earth without money, but there's a lot more bigger things than that. Again, money is the base there. If you don't have money, it's going to be really hard. So now let's continue. In this tweet, as he highlighted, it's going to be huge. Why? Because you see this tweet from DJ Bass, it kind of highlights Google search is up 400% for Ripple in just 1 week. Guys, that means the world is looking into this and all of these are new guys looking to invest. Now, personally, I've been talking to a couple of my friends, cousins and all relatives. They were like, okay, I will be looking at it. And just last week it popped and they're like, oh, it just doubled in a week. What should I do? Should I buy now? Should I wait? I'm saying like, if you can wait for another month and say, okay, it kind of went 10x. Oh, so I'm going to invest now. Instead, it's always better to invest right now if you are not in the market. Yes, there can be a little bit of correction to the downside after you buy. Usually that happens. Say you bought in at 0.5, the price is going towards 0.4. That's not a bad thing. You can again buy another position, reduce your average so that next time when the price reaches 0.5, you're already in profit. That is the way you think as a smart investor, right? So let's continue. Crypto adventure highlights. Billionaires are coming in. So at the same time, retailers, small guys are also coming in. Huge players are accumulating right now. They are already endorsing this technology, investing in this new asset class. Now, this one is really important. The IMF chief is highlighting here that they are looking to focus on green and digital investment push, laying the foundation for a more inclusive and sustainable global economy. Now, at the starting, if you read, they have 3 priorities, right? Ending the health crisis everywhere, building a bridge to recovery via synchronized investment push focused on green digital. That's why I directly jumped into green and digital. Why? Because this investment is going to bridge this economic recovery. Yesterday, I showed you guys central bank digital currencies. how it's going to be using blockchain technology to bridge between one to another. And this from IMF gives you that validation that we are going to have an interledger protocol which is going to connect everything together. Now I know if you have not read white papers, it's going to be hard to understand. Say a central bank digital currency would be just a tool, like currently you have fiat, dollar, euro, yen. It's just digital fiat, digital euro and all, still having that implications from the monetary policy, the governmental side, the economic side. Unlike the private digital currencies, which that's why Japan is moving closer, inching closer towards a private digital currency, using it and all. But if you look at the central bank digital currency, the money is going to be huge. And when it pumps, I would like to again remind you guys, if someone says the market cap is going to be too huge for this asset to reach that, I don't give a damn about the market cap. Why? Look back in history and say the same stuff would be stated for Bitcoin or any other asset when it was $5, $10, $100, saying $10,000 would be breaking the history. So in the same way, what you have to think is just look at the total assets in the world. Just look at the total payments volume. Just look at the total currency which you have right now, which is going digital. Just look at all the investments made, the savings deposit, let it be the fixed deposit, whatever it is, right? All of this is going out to new financial system. And then there are new investments coming out from the central banks. Now for them it's investments, they're just pumping money into the market. In last 1 year, it's like trillions of money entering the market. So that's not a bad thing. And that is why this revolution is happening. Bitcoin market cap now higher than world's most valuable bank. Do you think that the market cap is so much important in that aspect? Yes, but not considering the total amount of money. It's just showing you that the interest and the value of this asset is reaching new highs. Now, look at these guys who kind of put that kind of FUD out. We will never go back to 30 cents, 50 cents or $1 and all. And right now you understood that that really is happening, right? So we come back again to this one showing you that we are here, just here. Think. We have a lot of way to the upside. And if you decide to take your profit here, it's bad luck, because you can come back somewhere here after waiting and popping this 2.1 area of markup, because after the 2.1 usually you're going to get the 2.2 with a medium high like this. If you look at previous XRP chart, you'll clearly understand, say 1, 2, 3. So that the 3 way which we are looking at in the market cycle. Go back into the XRP chart, so you can put that into a weekly chart and then look at how it really popped. See the first one, the second one, the third one. In the second one, if you look here, this particular area which I'm rounding right now, you can clearly see this thing happening there. So it's just the distribution phase inside the markup, showing that there is profit taking, there are sellers trying to enter into the market. And then you kind of have that third area of that pop-up. So we are waiting for that one. And while we wait for the long-term bull run, looking at the huge price appreciation for XRP, yes, news outlets are showing you that we are headed high. And yes, it should be going upside. At the end, kind of things are like moving to different sides. Every country is having their own issues. Every country is looking at different investment class. And this kind of, shows, anyway, from the United States, crypto companies are looking at other nations because they don't have the regulatory clarity. Now, if this thing also comes up, chances are they would be kind of pushed to the upside. Meaning, they would jump into different countries where they can have that asymmetrical gain in the business structure, instead of staying in one country which is going to tax the hell out of you and not going to provide that regulatory clarity. So looking at the crypto business, it is going to be best for them to jump out if this is the case there. And guys, that's all for today. And if you see value for your time, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to extend your support, you can use PayPal, Patreon or the XRP wallet address given in the description below. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.